It's National Volunteer Week, and there are countless individuals, businesses, and nonprofits giving back right here in our area during the coronavirus pandemic.
There sure are. That includes the Salvation Army of Lexington, which carries on with their work serving the community in just a wide variety of ways. We've got Major William Garrett joining us by phone this morning to talk about some of that work. Major, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. How are you?
Oh, we are good. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
Very good. Okay, the Salvation Army, you guys are busy year-round, we know that, but I imagine even more so now during the pandemic. How have you guys had to change gears with some of the services you provide and maybe even with your volunteers as well?
Well, unfortunately, it's required that we suspend our Boys and Girls Club for the time being. Our big priority here at the Salvation Army all through the year is our Hangar Lodge, the shelter for women and children. And so we've been making sure that we find ways to make social distancing happen as much as possible, that we provide a safe environment, but that we also provide enough activity that people are able to withstand the being closed in more often than not. So we've been getting very creative with use of space and scheduling some activities, movie nights with some distancing in the gym, or a little bit of gym time where people can kind of spread out and families can enjoy a little bit of recreation, making sure that whenever possible the kids can get access to computers so that they can be doing schoolwork. And then we've had some really great community partnerships as well. Both Jubilee Jobs of Lexington and Lundy's Catering have been very helpful with procuring meals. So that makes it a little easier. Obviously, accessibility to food is very difficult. So to have some groups that are not only able to work with the food supply system, but also supply some really great meals for everyone, keep spirits up, and make sure that we're able to continue serving these families in the best way that we can.
You guys also, beyond what you do day to day, you provide a spiritual and emotional service as far as the needs go when assisting with people. How are you guys doing that virtually? I understand there's something that you call digital holiness.
So we've been making sure to we've always live streamed. The Salvation Army is a church as well, so we do our Sunday worship services and things. We've really worked hard with a couple of members of our church who have skills in video editing and recording. So we've been able to really get a great feel going as far as making sure that we have lots of participants. People record little bits and pieces of regular service in their homes and then send it, and we put it all together. We've been doing, for the last 2 weeks, especially for Holy Week and then the week to follow up, having daily reflections. And we think that's an important part for people as well, to remember there's a spiritual component. In addition, the Salvation Army also has a national hotline that's open from 9 to 9, 7 days a week, where people can call for emotional and spiritual care over the phone. It's 844-458-HOPE. And so we're very committed to making sure that even though we can't provide services in the ways we did, that we're finding ways to make sure that we're taking care of others, taking care of the community, and making sure that God is in the center of this all, that we do have hope for the days moving forward.
Absolutely. And are you guys in need of anything right now? I mean, in terms of donations, monetary help?
Donations are always going to be a thing. Right now, we're paying very close attention to how the reopening happens. Obviously, there's going to be challenges for all the agencies working to provide the community, because we're going to see challenges as far as now people who normally wouldn't be asking for help are probably going to find themselves, especially those who've been furloughed, are going to be finding themselves suddenly needing help, and that's probably going to show up the largest when it comes to things like rents and mortgages and things. Yeah. We have a group in Jessamine County that's working with our Nicholasville office, and they're called Jessamine County Cares, and Dr. Carolyn DuPont at EKU and a couple of her friends and neighbors have really pushed hard to get that going, to think about reaching out to families in Jessamine County. But we know that in all the counties that we serve, this is going to be a significant problem. So when people are able to give, that makes sure that as we come out of this, that we have the flexibility to help in whatever ways are needed.
Major William Garrett, thank you so much for the work you guys are doing and for stopping by to chat with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
So many volunteers there that are obviously doing their part to make all of this happen and continue working. Like you said, getting creative. All of us are having to sort of do that, but it's amazing to see that work still carrying on. We'll post all those details for you on our Facebook page, Good Day Kentucky.